Okay, I'll go over homework 1.3, number 7, part D. Just the domain part. All right. So as we can see that since x equals -2 will make the denominator equal to 0, we know that the domain of G is all real numbers except for 2. So here -infinity to, sorry, except for -2, and it skips -2, then go all the way to +infinity. All right, so when you look for the domain of G, so this is going to be, so at least x has to be, of course, inside the domain of G, right? But on top of that, since you're plugging in g of x into itself, we have to make sure that the g of x is also inside the domain of G, domain of itself. All right, then what does that mean? All right, so the first one is easy, right? So this part right here, it simply means that x cannot be -2, because we knew that the -2 would be a bad x value. All right, but the second part that we have to do a little bit of work here is g of x. All right, let's put the double because it looks like a fraction. All right, so here, so this guy g of x cannot be equal to -2. Right, so g of x is given as x plus 17 over x plus 2, right? So we don't want this guy to become -2, right? So we just have to solve this inequality. So first thing is, since we don't like fractions, we're going to multiply both sides by quantity x plus 2, right? Which is going to give you x plus 17 cannot be equal to, right? So -2 times would be -2x, and -2 times +2 would be -4. Right? Then we can add, let's say, since I want to move this guy, so I'm going to add 2x to both sides. And I want to get rid of this guy at the same time, so by adding 4, we'll do it. So you will get, so 2x plus x is going to be 3x. Oh, actually, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should go back. Sorry, so I don't need this. Right, I actually want to subtract 17 so that I can get rid of this guy right here. All right, so you get, let's see, 2x plus x, 3x, back to that. Right, subtract 17 will cancel 17 here, so that cannot be equal to, right? Then you have -4. -4 was originally here on the right hand side. Then we subtract 17 from that, so it's going to be -21. Right? Then we can isolate x by dividing through by 3. We'll get x is not equal to -7. All right. So you can see that g of x cannot be equal to -2. It boiled down to x cannot be equal to -7. So by combining a couple of conditions here, you have x cannot be -2. At the same time, x cannot be -7, which means that the domain of the function g of g would be all real numbers except for -7 and -2. So it's going to be -infinity all the way to -7. skip negative 7 all the way to negative 2, skip negative 2, then go all the way to positive infinity. So this is how you find the domain of composite function g of g. All right, I hope this was clear.